Hey guys, what's up? I'm Mike Levitsky and welcome to Freeing the Halftime Shuffle Part 2. I hope that you looked at Part 1 and you can play those grooves and you had fun working through them, or you saw that and you said, oh, this is way too easy, I can already do this, so you decided to check out Part 2. If you haven't seen Part 1, click here and just check out Part 1. It goes over the shuffle pattern on the hi-hat and just basic halftime shuffle with no ghost notes. No nonsense, no any frills or bells or whistles or anything like that. It's just straight groove. Starting in this one, we're going to start adding a ghost note. Now, each one of these videos, remember, is just a concept. So far, I've done Halftime Shuffle Part 1, I've done the Dennis Chambers one, and then I've done the one on my little double stroke bell snare thing. Each one of these is a concept. I never intend for you guys to learn these grooves note for note and then just play that groove. The whole reason that I'm doing this series is so that you can take all these ideas, put them together and create your own grooves and come up with your own stuff. And so you just kind of mix all these ideas together and you can come up with a lot of really neat things. I have down in the link sheet music to 6 grooves this time. So 5 grooves based on the 5 from the Halftime Shuffle, or Freeing the Halftime Shuffle Part 1. And then one extra groove that we'll look at where you take the bass drum off of one and use this concept. So do take these as concepts. Go ahead and learn the grooves off the sheets that I play, but then mix them around and do all kinds of stuff with them and come up with some new ideas and things. You can post maybe a video response and show me some of the ideas that you came up with. So let's get right into it. So from last time, you remember, we're doing the hi-hat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so today we're going to insert our first triplet. And so it's just going to be a real simple hi-hat, snare, kick. And then when we kind of do the next step on that, which will be part of this video too, it's going to be hi-hat, snare, and then kick and hi-hat together. Or sorry, yeah. So first part, second part. Alright, let's talk about what that is. And I will play groove number 1 off the sheet music below, and then we'll talk about what's going on there. So, let me play groove 1, basic edition, if you will, and that sounds like this. Okay, so what's going on there is a triplet. It's just 1 key top, but there's a couple things that are really important that we get right, and that is the volume of the snare, the volume of the hi-hat, and the volume of the bass drum. We want the hi-hat to be nice and loud, nice and solid. We want the snare to be really, really quiet. So to get that, you're going to hold the stick real light, and you're going to take the beat of the stick about anywhere from an 1/8 of an inch off the head to, some guys like to do 1 or 2 inches off the head, and depending on how loud the rest of your stuff is, it'll be there. But you're just going to go ahead and take the pressure in the back of your hand and release and let the stick drop, and then just kind of grab the stick back. So I'll try to demonstrate it right here on the ride. Here's what a ghost note looks like. Okay? That's really all I'm doing. Just kind of letting the stick fall. You can try to play it with your wrist if that's easier for you. I find I have more control if I'm just doing a small rebound. So from the opposite angle, let's see if I can show that. I'll try to show it on this cymbal. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So it looks like this. So just real light touch. Light touch. So we got hi-hat, light touch on the snare. I know you can't see my hand, that's why I showed you up here. Hi-hat, light touch on the snare, and then nice strong kick. So let's put that into groove 1. So we're going to have 1, 2 T top. And that's all I'm doing. So we have 1, 2 T top. Okay, 2 T top. So to get used to this idea, just practice strong quarter notes on the hi-hat and strong tas on the bass drum with a real light T in the middle. So that will look like this. Alright, and practice that until you have that ghost note in there. You don't want it loud. If you do it loud, your groove's going to sound like this. If you want that sound, that's fine, but for the context of a halftime shuffle, you want more of this kind of flowing triplet sound. And it gets that. I mean, you could even do kind of a shuffle on its own like that. I mean, that's not a halftime shuffle, but you can use that idea in your swing. Sorry, I digress. Back to what we're talking about. 1 T top. Now, the more advanced way to do it, once you get this down, is to try to keep the shuffle pattern on the hi-hat. 1, a 2, a 3, 4, a 1, while playing that T top. So that's going to be 1 T top, 2 T top, 3 T top, 4 T top, 1 T top. I messed the hi-hat up. I'm sorry, I put the accents in the right spot. Wrong spot. 1 T top, 2 T top, 3 T top, 4 T top. Okay? It's a little faster, it's going to sound like this. So get used to doing that. Now, the next series of grooves is just to get you used to putting that triplet into your halftime shuffle. So I'm going to go ahead and play through those. That's the basic idea. That one or that one. So here's groove number 1. I'll play it 2 times through as the basic version, and then 2 times through with the shuffle pattern continuing on the hi-hat. It's going to sound like this. Let's look at groove number 2. Now we're going to have 2 of those in a row. Okay, so that's kind of a cool idea. Let's check that out. It sounds like this. Groove 2 on the sheet. Same thing, I did a basic, then I did the shuffle pattern. Same thing I'm going to do on groove number 3. Here's groove number 3. Groove number 3, we're going to have the triplet thing followed by a bass drum directly after the snare. And then we have 2 bass drums leading back to the beginning. So now you're going to have 1 T ta 2. Or actually it's going to be 4 T ta 1. So we're starting to get that kind of flowing triplet sound. And then with the shuffle, so let's take a look at groove number 3. This is first basic and then with a flowing shuffle pattern. Okay, groove number 4. Same with that triplet idea. Now we're really going to have a lot of triplets going on. All the time, though, we have nothing kind of fancy going on or any weird things going on in the snare. It's all just stacking up this triplet idea. Okay, or here we go. Groove number 4. Now with the flowing shuffle. Alright, and the last one on the sheet that's carried over from last time. Remember, we have all that stuff going on in the bass drum. Now all I did was fill in all the cracks with the ghost note on the snare. Here we go with groove number 5. Here's groove number 5 on the sheet. First I'll do basic, and then I'll do the shuffle. We got a lot going on down on the bass drum for this one, so work this one out slow. Here we go. I messed up. Here we go. Sorry. Okay, and the last groove we're going to do, I lifted this from a Dave DeCinso book called Universal Rhythms. Excellent book, filled with tons of ideas. I really highly recommend it. And I may put one or two other ideas in this series from that book that I pulled out of there. Just really, it's an amazing book. It's filled with tons and tons of ideas. Universal Rhythms by Dave DeCinso. Do go check that out. And he's coming out with a new book soon. I don't really know what that one's going to be about, but I'm excited for that one, and we'll see what that one is. But here's his groove. So we basically are playing the same idea, only we have no bass drum on 1. And that sounds like this. Okay, there's the idea. I'll put that groove. And he does a fill at the end, which I'm not going to teach. You can try to pull it off my video or buy the book to get it. But the fill at the end of that groove goes... Alright, kind of cool. Interesting ideas. I hope that helped you out. Please take this concept and apply it to your grooves. Just that flowing triplet idea. Stick with me for the Freeing the Halftime Shuffle, and I'll keep bringing you some new ideas. Next time we'll look at playing the snare loudly on beat 3 and then following with the ghost note, so you can have that continuing triplet sound all the way through the halftime shuffle. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.